Let's talk about India versus Belgium's match last night. 1-0 up. Were you expecting this kind of a result by the end of the day?
No, I didn't expect the result when you look at the way we played. In the sense, the way we came through the rounds, with the way we came through the group, I thought we were playing to a level where, you could have won a quarterfinal. It's not Belgium. It could be any team for that matter. Belgium, we have played, we've beaten them, though our past record is not great, but we last beat them in the Champions Trophy out there. I just thought that we threw away the match. I think, honestly, with whatever little experience I have of watching this game, reporting it, I think we threw the match away. We led 1-0, which came against the run of play, against a deflection, which was a marvelous setup actually. But I couldn't understand the tactics in the third quarter. I honestly didn't understand what was happening that you were taking in so much of pressure. I don't understand why a team is willing to take pressure. You can break away. You got aerial passes. You got flanks. You got players like Akashdeep. You got players like Ramandeep. You got players like Sunil who have speed. You're allowing an opponent to come in at speed, come in at pace, break you, not only once, but constantly. What happens then is that your entire team is at the back. Your entire team is defending and getting tired. The minds, they stop when you're defending constantly. And I thought that maybe at that point of time, Altmans probably could have used a different strategy. We are not the right persons to be speaking of strategy and tactics. But I guess everybody who was watching that game thought, what was the reason of taking so much pressure? You could have broken out. My point is, once the second goal was scored, it was 2-1. Once the third goal was scored, it was 3-1. There was no other way that you could have done except go up. So go up. Even if you get a goal back, it's still 4-1. Still you're going to lose. You lose 3-1, you're going to lose at 4-1. You're not going to get additional points. So go up. By the time they decided to do that, the match was gone. It was just too late.
Despite being 1-0 down, Belgium, they weren't rattled and they maintained their patience level, and then 2-1 up and then 3-1 and then closing the match on a winning note.
In 2009, Belgium was number 13 in the world. Their revolution in hockey has started some 10, 12, 14 years back when they got in Colin Batch, when they got in Adam Commons. They completely churned up the youth system. So what you saw in the match against India is not an aberration. It is not something that it happened. It's not a flash in the pan. They build a structure. The first quarter, they couldn't score.
Okay. But they started the match on an attacking
Second
note.
quarter, they didn't score. They didn't break their formation. They kept at it. They kept going in. They kept attacking. They had that belief that somewhere or the other, we're going to crack this defense. You should have seen the way they were going in and then coming back, again collecting and going back. They didn't go in thinking, let's go in and let's take a shot. They wanted a clean gap to take a shot. That is called patience. That is called building an attack. And I think they have actually shown that professionalism, building a youth structure, building a team that is looking to win is something that every hockey playing nation can aspire for. And I think our federation, not looking at the quarterfinal loss, but looking at 2-0 from now on and looking at the next World Cup, they should actually emulate what Belgium has done.
It took them more than 90 years to go to the semi-finals of an Olympic event.
But that's what sport is all about. That's how you grow it. That's how you build it. You don't build it every 4 years. For us, we are building it every 4 years. Since the time in 84 in LA, to Seoul in 88, to Barcelona in 92, to Atlanta in 96, to Sydney in 2000, to 2004, to 2008 in Beijing, to 2012 in London. We've just been planning, but we are not implementing. There's a difference in planning and implementing. Belgium has showed what is implementation.
What went tactically wrong? From 1-0 up to 3-1 down and losing the momentum and the match?
I think it was the mind. I think we cracked up in the mind, as simple as that. We lost the game in the mind. We didn't lose it on the field. We lost it completely in the mind. We just didn't know what had happened. We just didn't know how to tackle it. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think there was a communication issue between the coach and the team that was not being settled. I thought that was the problem.
And Altmans coming and saying he exactly did not know what exactly happened.
I thought that was a wrong statement. Shouldn't have said that. If he said that, I don't know if he's been quoted wrongly, because in these moments, what you say sometimes is not what you actually, what you're thinking. So I don't know what he's actually said, but if he said that he didn't know how to do it or how to tackle this, that's a wrong one. You got a coach who's won an Olympic gold, you got a coach who's won a gold in the World Cup. So he's not a small coach. He knows what he was doing. And if he's done something late in the third and the fourth quarter, that's a mistake. That's as simple as it's a mistake.